So here's the overall setup to remember. There's three, there really is four, but we'll talk about it later. Three major components of JavaFX: the main, the controller, and the scene. The funny part is main barely does a thing. It just starts off the controller, which the controller then initiates the scene and everything else. We're really not going to touch the main. Don't forget, this is Java, and that's the FXML. So these are the only two spots you see Java. The controller is where you're going to have most of your logistics, your logic, and all of your Java coding, really. Because of this. Number one, it is opening up the scene from here, really, in the controller, of which scene and everything else like that. But also, behind the scenes, but in the controller, is that any type of GUI component that we have on the scene, we can actually listen to and set values to from the controller. So for some reason, if I wanted to change this button's aspects of or properties of any kind, I can do that from controller. If I wanted to get a value from whatever this object is, well, guess what? I'm going to do that from controller. Controller really is just that. It is the controller of what's going on. Your overall setup of the scene, that's done with the FXML file. But after that, controller can really do whatever the heck you want from here on out. So understand the difference between main, really not useful. Well, shouldn't say that, but you know what I mean. Controller is really where you're going to be housing all of your code and your logic. Scene, you're just basically getting it set up. Once it's set up, then controller is going to have access to everything on the scene. So if you want something to change, it's going to be through controller.